Clarke and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Okay, so many of you enjoyed the ranking video that I'd done for the fans, by the fans, the top 25 in the heavyweight division globally, of course, where I put out my own top 25. Many of you critiqued it, so based on your critique, I moved fighters around and whatever else and put new fighters in. So now we have a top 25 that most of us can go, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, listen, you're never going to please everybody. It is what it is. But I thought what I'd do is I'll do a top 25 for British heavyweights. Of course, that probably means that I'm going to be mentioning some fighters that some of you may not have heard of, which is good, right? That's why you come here on YouTube for Boxing Talk, okay? You do like to know who's who and what it is that they've done and whatever else, which is why you're here, right? That's why you should be subscribing. Now, I know some people could just go to BoxRec, but BoxRec, their algorithms for their rankings is broken, okay? It doesn't work, and it's not likely to get fixed. I know that because BoxRec told me that personally when I had a go at them saying, how the hell do you have Deontay Wilder ranked at like a number 5, a pound-for-pound fighter, and said, don't listen to the rankings, just use it for what fights are coming up, what fights have had, all that kind of stuff, not the rankings. So anyway, it is what it is. So here is my top 25 for the British heavyweights. Number 1 is Tyson Fury. Number 2, Anthony Joshua. Number 3, Dillian Whyte. Number 4, Joyce. Number 5, Daniel Dubois. Number 6, Hughie Fury. Number 7, Fabio Wardley. Number 8, Derek Chisora. Number 9, Dave Allen. Number 10, Solomon Dakers. Number 11, Frazer Clarke. Number 12, Jamie TKV. Number 13, David Adelaide. Number 14, Stephen Robinson. Number 15, Johnny Fisher. Number 16, Matthew Harris. Number 17, Nick Campbell. Number 18, Franklin Ignatius. Number 19, Hosea Stewart. Number 20, Cash Ali. Number 21, Jay McFarlane. Number 22, Daryl Hall. Number 23, Nick Webb. Number 24, George Fox. And number 25, Moses Atuma. So that is my 25. Now, automatically, I know there's going to be some people out there automatically criticising because you believe certain fighters would beat other fighters. But ultimately, until they fight, we don't know, do we? So I can only base it on what it is that they've done, who it is that they've fought, all that kind of good stuff. Now, there are some names that I have left off the list, such as a Nathan Gorman. Would he be a top 25 fighter? Yeah, of course he would. But I'm hearing that he's pretty much done now. I don't know if that's true, so I can only go by what it is that I've heard. If that's not true, and he's going to continue, then of course I will surely be ranking him in this top 25, no doubt. I have left out fighters such as, say, a Danny Williams. Listen, I'm not going to be encouraging Danny Williams to be in anybody's ranking system. The poor guy should be retired. Okay, so I can't do that. I really can't. Rob Ismay is not in the top 25 because now he's going to be in the Bridgerweight division going forward. Naylor Bull. Again, I like Naylor Bull. I do rate him, but very, very inactive. I don't know what he's doing. So hopefully, he comes back pretty soon and makes an assault on the heavyweight division. Muhammad Salim. Now he's only had about 4 fights. He has been looking pretty good, but right now he needs to do a little bit more to get into the top 25. Tommy Welsh. Again, yes, he may have 10 fights, but look who he's fighting. Look who he's fighting. And when I mentioned names to him before, like a Nick Campbell or a Hosea Stewart and George Fox, he bottled it. And I can't put people in top 25 when you're bottling it and only want to fight 6 rounders after that amount of fights and against the kind of opponents that you have been fighting. Of course, he can mention how he wants to fight Stephen Robinson and Johnny Fisher and all these kind of ones. Yeah, of course, because if you lose to those ones, it's no great shame, is it? But you're not earning the shot. 6 rounders are pathetic. But anyway, that's my top 25. And now, I know some people say, well, you got Stephen Robinson in at number 14. Why? Because he's your pal. Yeah, he's my pal. But he has defeated the Scottish heavyweight champion, Nick Campbell, who was undefeated, 5-0 with 5 knockouts. Has anybody below him beaten a Nick Campbell? That's reality, isn't it? They haven't. They haven't. Now, again, you could argue and say, well, has Frazer Clarke, has TKV, has Solomon Dakers and that? Well, ultimately, I think that a lot of it is down to opinion and that as well, of how it is that they've been looking. Of course, Frazer Clarke, he's got that shot with Fabio Wardley coming up as well. Solomon Dakers, he is the English heavyweight champion. So, again, you do have to weigh it all up. Now, Johnny Fisher, I like Johnny Fisher. I'm very high on Johnny Fisher. I'd like to see him step up. Again, he's still doing 6 rounders. He hasn't done an 8 rounder yet. Okay, so again, I really want him to step up. I'd like to see Johnny Fisher take on a Cash Ali or take on Stephen Robinson, take on Matty Harris or Nick Campbell or Jose Stewart. I'd like to see Johnny Fisher take on someone around in this top 25. I would absolutely love that. Matty Harris has been looking real good. Matty Harris, I feel, is going to be a problem in the heavyweight division. I really do. But again, until he fights somebody that we go, ooh, that was a real good win. Still, I think at this stage of his career, number 16 position is pretty good. I really do. Now, I can talk about like these other fighters and that as well, like Daryl Hall. Daryl Hall. Now, he's a really good fighter. He's trained by Jordan Williams. He's really, really good. Now, he could be going down to Bridgerweight, so if that is going to be confirmed, then of course I'm going to have to take him out of this top 25, and he will be fighting on the 16th of July at the Stadium of Light, and that as well. Number 24, George Fox. Well, George Fox, he got beat up by Kamil Sokolowski. Listen, no shame in losing to Sokolowski. Quite a few prospects do, but he ain't been looking that good, and he did duck Franklin Ignatius. He did. But again, you see, he wants to be fighting, this fighter and that fighter, but you're coming off a loss, mate, okay? Get yourself back in the winners bracket. Nick Webb. Listen, Nick Webb, he carries some serious power, but unfortunately for him, he can't take a punch. He can't. And that's unfortunate. When you're in the heavyweight division, you need to be able to take a punch. Right now, it ain't looking too good for him. And, you know what, I like Nick Webb. I've done quite a few interviews with him. He's a lovely guy. Moses Atuma, is it too early to put him in the top 25? Okay, he didn't knock out his opponent yesterday, but so what? I mean, arguably you could say he's rushed a bit too much in his third professional fight, fighting the kind of opponent that he did, who's never been knocked out. Boxing fans are very critical. Okay, people say, well, that's 3 fights and he hasn't got a 100% knockout ratio. He's a bum. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? Let's give him time. Now, of course, at the top end of that, you could say that, well, Joe Joyce, he lost to Zhilei Zhang. Why should Dillian Whyte be above him? Well, if you look at the records, the resumes, Dillian Whyte has a much better resume than Joe Joyce. He does. Dillian Whyte has never lost to a Zhilei Zhang. He hasn't. Zhilei Zhang lost to Jerry Forrest. Officially, it was a draw, but we all know. But again, Zhilei Zhang, he did defeat Filip Perkovic. Okay, and did he get screwed on that one? Yeah, he did. So again, you do have to weigh it all up. But Joe Joyce's best wins, for example, like Kalash Takam or a Joseph Parker. Well, Dillian Whyte also beat Joseph Parker when Parker was in his prime, not the faded version you're seeing right now. But anyway, that said, Dillian Whyte, of course, he has lost 3 times. Povetkin, which he did avenge, so we have to erase that one. But he has lost to the 2 top guys in Fury and Joshua. Well, where's the shame in that? There is no shame in that. Number 12, Jamie TKV. I really like him. I think he's going to be a big problem. I really do. He's going to be an absolute problem. And I'd love to see him take on Frazer Clarke at some point. I think that would be a great fight. I really do. And when I've done the interview with TKV as well, that's the fight that he wants. He wants that. He wants to go on. He wants to go through Frazer Clarke and maybe look at a all-Congolese fight, if you like, with Martin Bakoli at some point. This guy's got some ambition, man. And he's really good. What he's done as an amateur, you should be very, very proud of, that's for sure. And he's a lovely guy. But anyway, that's my top 25. What's yours? Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.